You might not think all that much of me, but you would if you knew what I was, though. If you'd have saw me when I had a severe stuttering problem and I couldn't talk outside my house. If you saw me when I flunked out of school. You would have think a whole lot more of me if you knew me when I was living in that car for 3 years. I meet with kings and queens. I met the crown prince of Abu Dhabi. You know why he came to meet me? Just simply because of my gift. That's what my gift has done for me. That's what your gift will do for you. Look, man, I had a partner. When we was growing up, all he did was cut grass. $2 for the front, $2 in the back. But boy, this boy was talented. He was so good, he could cut patterns in your yard with a push lawnmower. He didn't go play with us nowhere. We going to the swimming pool. Now I got to cut Miss Jackson grass. We used to laugh at him. A grass cutter, grass cutter. This boy today in Cleveland, Ohio, you know how much this dude grosses every year? $4 million. You know what he do? He cut grass. He got every contract in the city. Maybe you here because you need to hear this here. Maybe you need to explore your imagination so you can quit tripping in your own life, trying to figure out what you can do when God already planted inside you a long time ago.
I have learned over the span of my life that things that come too fast are dangerous. I've learned not to despise the day of small beginnings. I've learned to be leery of people who promise to take you up fast. I have learned that it is the things that you discover along the way that make you able to stand the process of when you get there. You have to learn not to despise the day of small beginnings. Doesn't mean you have low self-esteem, doesn't mean you have fear, but you got to be honest enough to know my legs can't leap that high. So I got to start right here and thank God for the steps.
When I type an address in my navigation system, there's an option that comes up that says Route Overview. There may be 15 different instructions. Get off at exit 43. Turn left on the intersection. And in the same way, God has a route overview for your life. He not only knows your final destination, but He knows the best way to get you there. He doesn't tell you how it's going to happen, where the funds are going to come from, who you're going to meet. He leads you one step at a time. If you'll trust Him, then He'll show you the next step. And step by step, He'll lead you into your destiny. We wouldn't have any problem taking that step of faith, starting that new business, moving to that new location, if we knew where the money was coming from, how long it was going to take. If we had all the details, it'd be easy to step out. God doesn't give us details. If you had all the facts, you wouldn't need any faith. If you'll have the boldness to step into the unknown, doors will open that you could have never opened. You'll have the funds, the resources that you need. God's Word is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. It's like the headlights on your car. You can only see 100 feet in front of you. You don't pull over because you can't see your destination 50 miles away. As you go further, then you will see more. If you're waiting for all the details, you're going to be waiting your whole life. You're not sure how it's going to work out. That's when you're learning to trust God in a greater way. On purpose, God will put us in situations where we're over our head. And too often, we shrink back and think, I'm not going there. What if it doesn't work out? God knew you would be nervous. That's a test. Are you going to talk yourself out of it? Or are you going to be bold and step into the unknown? In the unknown is where you discover ability that you didn't know you had. Is where you'll accomplish more than you ever dreamed. One thing I like about my navigation system is it gives me exact details. God is just the opposite. He'll tell you, go down this road. How far do you want me to go? No answer. Who's going to be there to meet me? No answer. Can you endure the silence of not knowing everything? Will you take that step of faith even when you're uncomfortable? This is what Abraham did. God told him to leave the place he was living and head out to the land that God was going to give him his inheritance. God didn't give him any details. Abraham went out not knowing where he was going. I can hear Sarah saying, "Where are we going?" Abraham says, "I don't know. He didn't tell me." Well, Abraham, how are we going to provide for our family? This seems like a mistake. If you're going to step into the unknown, it's going to take boldness. People may not understand it. Your own thoughts will tell you, you better play it safe. What if it doesn't work out? Abraham understood this principle. Just because he was nervous didn't mean he wasn't supposed to do it. If you'll take the first step, trusting that God knows what he's doing, then every step of the way, there will be provision, there will be wisdom. Each step, you not only have God's blessing, but you're growing. Familiarity can keep you from your destiny, what you're used to, the job you've been at for years. Don't let your comfort keep you from becoming all God created you to be. You cannot play it safe your whole life and reach the fullness of your destiny. What if I fail? What if I don't have the funds? You'll never know unless you try. What if I get in this new relationship, Joe, and I get hurt again? What if you get in it and you're happier than you've ever been? What if I take this position and I'm not good at it? What if you take it and you excel? When you find yourself in a situation where you're over your head, that's God stretching you. It may be uncomfortable, but don't shrink back. Keep stretching, keep dreaming, step by step. God is leading you. Being your best with what you have, then the next step will be a favor step, a breakthrough step. Along the way, the right people will show up. Along the way, doors will open that you could have never opened. When you don't see how it can work out, but you take that step of faith, we'll see Jordan Rivers part. It looks impossible. That's a test of our faith. Don't let the fear that you can't see all the details hold you back. You're not supposed to see everything. God's leading you step by step. The journey is more important than the destination. Because if you don't get prepared on the journey, you won't be able to handle where God has taken you. And here's the key. Even if you miss it, God would rather you take a step of faith and miss it than to play it safe your whole life and never make a mistake. But if you're so concerned you're going to miss it, you'll never get off a dead center. Being in God's will, there will be a not knowing factor. You have to have this boldness to step in to the unknown. You may not have all the details. You're not sure how it's going to work out, but along the way, miracles will happen. If you'll do this, I believe and declare you're about to step in to a new level of favor. You're going to leave your mark, accomplish your dreams, and reach the fullness of your destiny.
There's no failure in
How much did they first pay you to give up on your dreams? And when were you going to stop and come back and do what makes you happy? You know why kids love athletes? Kids love athletes because they follow their dreams. I see guys who work at the same company for their entire lives. They clock in, they clock out, and they never have a moment of happiness. You have an opportunity. This is a rebirth.
Life has a way of pushing our dreams down. They can become buried under discouragement, buried under past mistakes. There are dreams buried under divorce, buried under low self-esteem. It's easy to settle for mediocrity even though we have all this potential buried on the inside. All of us have things that we're believing for, something that we want to accomplish. Deep down, we know it's a part of our destiny. We can feel it so strongly. But then we hit some setbacks. we didn't get the promotion, the medical report wasn't good, or a relationship didn't work out. Now don't let circumstances talk you out of it. You may not understand why a business didn't make it, why a person walked away, why you came down with an illness. You were doing the right thing, but the wrong thing happened. It's all a part of the process. Your dream may be buried. The good news is it's still alive. It's not too late to see it come to pass. If you'll do your part and start believing again, get your passion back, it is on the way. Go back and try again. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for new opportunities. If you're going to reach your highest potential, you have to make up your mind that you are in it for the long haul. You're not going to let people talk you out of it. Circumstances discourage you. Delays cause you to give up. Critical people cause you to get distracted. You're going to stay focused on your goal. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you.
Dream big and make those big things happen. I'm a dreamer. I will never stop being a dreamer.
If you're going to be successful in creating the life of your dreams, you have to believe that you are capable of making it happen. You have to believe that you have the right stuff and that you're able to pull it off. Now, whether you call it self-esteem, self-confidence, or self-assurance, it's a deep-seated belief that you have what it takes, the abilities, the inner resources, the talents, and the skills to create your desired results. Now, believing in yourself is simply an attitude. Believing in yourself is a choice. You have to choose to believe that you can do anything you set your mind to. Anything at all. Because, in fact, you can.
What does that mean to you, this victory?
It means everything. It means everything. It means you were right. It means they were right. It means that the people that didn't believe, they were wrong. It means that when you don't believe, you do yourself a disservice because it is wrong. So you got to believe. You got to believe in what you want to do. You got to believe in what you want to get accomplished, and believe that somehow, somewhere, within yourself and in the universe around you, there are tools and resources that will be of aid and help the man that really wants to get it done.
Life is death without change. Are you willing to make a change in your life, to realize a dream, to fulfill what's in your mind, what you can visualize as your life? And are you willing to put the sweat equity, the time, the persistency that it takes, not on your timetable, but on fate's timetable? If you are, then you have to educate yourself in whatever that subject matter is.
Move.
As T.E. Lawrence said, all men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act on their dreams with open eyes to make them possible. That, at the end of the day, is the very mission of my life, to get people to understand that there is a difference between dreaming and executing, about doing something based on the things that you want to see happen in the world. But most people hit that moment of action and they stop. But they don't stop knowingly. They stop for 1,000 different reasons that they're never able to put their finger on. They stop because they're tired. They stop because circumstance dictates. They stop because they don't have enough money. They stop because they're too young. They stop because they're too old. They stop for a whole host of reasons that at the end of the day are total bullshit. The thing that stops them is fear. The thing that stops them is a belief that they don't even know they have, that says that they're never going to accomplish. They stop because they can't muster the belief in themselves to move forward, to believe that their actions will have the consequences that they want, to believe that they can learn the things that they don't already understand, to believe in themselves that their actions will generate a reward. And that reward is very simple, that you can close your eyes and imagine the world that you want to create and open them and create it. And some people are stopped by something even more dangerous. They dream too small. And as David Ogilvy said, don't bunt. Aim out of the ballpark. Aim for the company of immortals. When you can do that, when you can allow yourself to dream at that level, when you can allow yourself to believe in yourself, to believe in your ability to become the kind of person that can swing for the fences, not only swing for the fences, but make contact, to be able to call your shot like Babe Ruth and knock it out of the park. When you can look at yourself and have the arrogance of belief in yourself that you are capable of that you are worthy of being remembered, that you are worthy of people knowing your name, then you will strike out and have a chance at greatness. But it starts with that. It starts with being willing to believe that all the people, the wall of humanity that stands behind you in the past, none of them have anything that you don't. And the only difference between the greats, the only difference between those who are remembered and those who are forgotten, is the willingness to step up to the plate and call their shot.
Hey there, welcome to my channel Best Strong Motivation. Today I speak Follow Your Gift 2024. When I type system, there's an option that comes that says root overview. There may be 50 different instructions, get off at, exit, and some way God has a route overview for your life. He not only knows your final destination, but He knows the best way there. He does not tell you how it's going to happen, where the funds going to meet. He leads you one step at a time. If you will trust Him, then He will show the next step by step. He will lead, and we would not have any problem talking that step. Your faith starting new location, if we knew from how long it was going to take. We had all the details. I had be easy to step out. God does not give up details. If you had all faith, if you will have the boldness to step, doors will open that you could have never opened. You will have the funds, resource that you need. God's word is a lamp unto feet and headlights on your car. You can only see 100 of you. You don't pull over because you cannot see your destination. Then you will see more if you are waiting for the details. Life, you are not sure how it's going to work. That's a learning, and trust God in a greater way. On purpose, God will put as a situation where's our head to often shrink back. I think I am not God. No, you would be nervous. That's the test. Are you going to talk, or are you going to bed and step in to the unknown? In the unknown is where you discover ability that you don't accomplish more ever dreamed. One thing I like about my navigation